Guys, my name is Nonema Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, Ubaloyi, as we continue with our videos, wanted the entire situation to not be necessarily about just a finger. He wanted to talk about control, narrative, and perceived intimidation inside the trial space. And what he did not see coming was the danger in the entire situation, because now there were few layers. There were few layers happening at once in that situation. And let me break it down for you. Firstly, the state's real argument beyond the gesture right now, the prosecution is deliberately shifting the issue away from what exactly was said or meant to something broader. This is about courtroom decorum and cumulative intimidation. They are doing three strategic things: expanding scope, not just the incident, but a pattern. Witness have mentioned intimidation. What the hell was that about? What the hell was that about? Lowering the threshold. They don't need a direct threat. Perception of intimidation is enough. Protecting witnesses preemptively. If they establish an atmosphere of fear, it strengthens their position if a witness later contradicts themselves or appears hesitant. Because Ubaloyi now wanted to make it sound like Umudau was by Untanzi, was like, hey, when by Untanzi. That time, that did not even happen. That's how he wanted that entire situation, because Ubaloyi is pained by the Valeria police station officers coming to say they never, ever heard or saw a phone. There was no phone that was recovered in their station. That is what this was all about, because he was pained by that. Now he wanted to paint Untanzi as someone who threatened the people from Valeria police stations. All those officers, those old people, they are not in Untanzi's age, but he wanted it to look like Untanzi threatened them, Kesan. Now, this was actually a classic prosecutorial move. Once your evidence is under pressure, you start protecting the environment in which that evidence is being given. It's not even about the witnesses, it's about his case, Ubaloyi. Secondly, defense strategy. Ramsepile's angle was this. Advocate Ramsepile's response is very calculated way. It is a very calculated way. He calls it trivial, trying to de-escalate the issue. He demands context. Why would the accused intimidate his own witness? He attacks procedure. States should have approached them first, not rush to the court. This is important. He's not just defending the accused, he's protecting credibility. If this becomes intimidation, it damages how the court views the accused going forward. And notice his strongest point. Why would he intimidate a witness who is helping his case? And that witness was directly helping Untanzi. So why would Untanzi fight someone who comes there to say, ayizange yaba khona ifoni? Why would Untanzi intimidate such a person? Imagine that. So that's a logical counter, but it's not airtight, because intimidation isn't always rational. That is where Ubaloyi was sitting at now. Now, the third point that Ramsipile, third point in this situation, the judge's intervention, a window into pressure. When Judge Ratamu jumps in with, that was a direct threat, mentions 5 bodyguards, says this won't end here, worries him. Judge Rata now, this is where what I said in the first video, Judge Rata now use this opportunity, because Ubaloyi knows how he reacts. They know how he thinks about the accused. They know how to actually tap into a certain energy when it comes to Judge Rata, because they know how he is going to move. They know him. They know what to say and when to say it and how to say it in order to get a reaction out of him. So now they got the reaction they wanted, Ubaloyi. Now, Judge Rata brings back izinto zobana ngaba. This was a direct threat. Yena, he has a 5 bodyguards, talking about an incident that happened last year in December. We're still going to touch into that, because that incident brought him in his knees yesterday. It dealt with him, and Ubaloyi now, the entire day, Judge Rata was here. Because of Ubaloyi no papa kwakhe. Now, this won't end here. What is it? Judge Rata quotes something that was said by a witness, Umakosonke Zungu, when he was in the witness box. Usibanda was speaking to him in a manner that he did not like, and he was like, no, there are so many people that are watching this case. It does not end here. There's a lot of things that can happen. It can go anyway appeals or commissions and stuff. That was what my understanding of uMakhosoke. Now Judge Ratha calls that a threat. Even then, they took it as if he was being threatened. He actually set the record straight. Now Judge Ratha still holds it as if that was a threat. Johnny, kanjani san. Now, that is massive, yes, and that was a very massive moment because Ubalo, that's what he wanted. This tells you the judge is not treating this as neutral. He is internalizing it. He is internalizing risk personally. He is signaling that security concerns are real in this trial, of which those are not even true. Those are not even true because even then, that security situation measure that was ultimately done, it was called out of false allegations, according to Mshololo. Now, once a judge expresses personal fear or concern, it shifts the courtroom dynamic. And that's exactly what Baloyi wanted. It stops being purely legal and becomes psychological and security driven. That's why Baloyi was going with all of this. The hidden battle control of courtroom narrative. What really happening here is three-way struggle. The state wants to establish there is intimidation. This environment is unsafe. This protects weak or contested evidence. The defense wants to establish this is exaggerated. The state is avoiding the real issues like the phone evidence. Keep focus on evidential collapse, which is true. The defense was right. The judge is balancing court authority, personal safety concern, trial integrity, and also adding to the issue that is a problem here with him not taking things or taking things right in a right manner by actually making sure, am I understanding this right? Because Judge Ratha already hates the idea of these accused not being innocent. His behavior is what says that. Now, but here is the uncomfortable truth about all of this. Once fear enters the courtroom, even sadly, it can influence how evidence is received. Exactly. Now, the phone evidence shadow, very important. Ramsipile cleverly links this back to the cell phone issue. The witness already collapsed the state case on the phone. Why intimidate them? Exactly. That's not random. He's reminding the court the Valeria police station evidence already created doubt. The chain of custody problem, SEPS 10, SEPS 22 absence is still hanging. So this intimidation issue risks becoming a distraction from a collapsing evidential point. He thought Ubaloyi 8 year and the defense dealt with him right there on the spot. Also, the most dangerous line in that exchange, the one this won't end here. Judge Ratha brought that intentional because he was assisting Ubaloyi. That is why the judge reacted, because Ubaloyi wanted that also. Even if it was meant, it wasn't meant as a threat legally and psychologically, it can be interpreted as a continuation beyond court, possible retaliation or unresolved conflict, of which that was not the case. In a high-profile case, like Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, that's enough to trigger alarm. But this was also explained thoroughly, and it was dealt with, and it was never a threat. But because Baloyi knows how Judge Ratha is, he triggered him again to make sure he goes back there. Now, what this moment tells you, this exchange reveals three critical things about the trial right now. One, the courtroom atmosphere is fragile. Two, the state is shifting towards protecting its case procedurally and in any other means necessary. Three, the defense is trying to drag everything back to evidence, which is what they need to do. And most importantly, the trial is no longer just about facts. It's about what controls the meaning of what is happening in the courts. And Ubaloyi is using that like nobody's business. Now, if this issue escalates, e.g. formal warning, contempt discussion, or security inquiry, it could affect how the accused are perceived, influence witness confidence, and even shape how the judge approaches future disputes. That is why both sides are fighting so hard over something that on the surface looks small. So that is why I say Ubaloyi knew exactly what he was doing there. He was intentional and he thought he ate, and the defense humbled the hell out of him, including the accused. I'm coming back with what the accused did and how that went above all what was happening there. And Ubaloyi left with his tail on between the legs, because what the hell was he doing? What the hell was he doing? I'll see you on our next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.